Hey, how's it going, everybody? Burt Bryan here. Today's episode of Catching a Buzz is so special, it's criminal. Alright, so like I mentioned, today's beer is definitely a very special one. It's a Chili Head Delight. If you missed my first review for this company, be sure and go and check it out. I'll have a link up there as well as down below in the description. That was for Punishment. The one we're looking at today is Crime. So there was Crime and Punishment. I did that other review with my buddy Alex. Please go and check it out. Definitely, it was a really interesting beer, and both of these come from Stone Brewing Company out of San Diego County, California. Just to tell you on the back here real quick, this is their 2000 series batch number 8, and it's Crime Lucky Bastard Ale with peppers added and aged in bourbon barrels. It says brewed July 31st, 2013, so almost a year later. On Arrogant Bastard Ale's 13th birthday, we threw all of our bastards together. Arrogant Bastard Ale, Oaked Arrogant Bastard Ale, and Double Bastard Ale to create Lucky Bastard Ale. Later, a crime was committed against this gorgeous beer by adding an absurd amount of freshly harvested local peppers, including mid-level red and green jalapenos and ultra-hot black nagas, Caribbean red hots, Moruga scorpions, and fatales, and thus Crime was born. I believe all the peppers came from my friend Jim Duffy over at Refining Fire Chilies. I'm not too sure about that though. But it says here, in the mash, classified. In the boil, classified. In the whirlpool, classified. Again, this is drawn off unfiltered, aged Kentucky oak, American oak Kentucky bourbon barrels. It's got an IBU of 102, so it's going to be an ultra bitter beer with a 9.6% per volume alcohol content. Also, the cellar notes here: ultra hot with fruity flavors from the peppers up front, along with notes of green jalapeno. Flavors of caramel, hops, and oak from the barrel-aged beer come through mid-palate, followed by a ton of pervasive, long-lingering, fiery aftertaste. So very cool. Again, this is, I'll have a link down in the description where you can go and check out all about Arrogant Bastard beer and Stone Brewing Company. But definitely been looking forward to trying this one. So without further ado, this one has the cool cork bottle top. And again, this beer, this one single beer cost me what was it, $17.99 plus tax, and this is a 500 milliliter bottle, so it's not incredibly huge. And yeah, and see, the cork is going to be a pain in the ass to get off here. Let me loosen it up. Alright, so I got the cork loosened. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Right away you get the smell of those peppers coming through. Definitely very, very strong pepper aroma, but it doesn't seem as peppery as the Punishment was, but then again, I haven't tasted it yet. Alright, so again, you can tell it's the unfiltered beer. And I don't know if you can see, you see all those little white specks in there, the particles floating around. That is because this is an unfiltered beer. There's nothing wrong with that. That's usually just the yeast and stuff that came through. Perfectly fine. Definitely, it's got that almost a light brown color, or a very, very dark bronze. Yeah, again, I just get a strong smell of the peppers and maybe a little touch of the hops, but wow. Yeah, you did get some of the caramel notes in there. They hit about midway. It's got a very nice pepper flavor to it. Again, wonderful. I actually enjoy this one better. Some people liked Punishment better than this one, and I think maybe I like it because I taste more of the ale, and it's not so much of an in-your-face heat. The other one, Punishment, was just, it seemed really, really hot. I mean, extra spicy. And there's nothing wrong with that. I always enjoy it, but it's a hot day out. It's the 4th of July. I'm just trying to enjoy a nice beer, and this one's got a good little bit of heat to it. I feel my lips with a slight burn, a little focus in the back of the throat, which is common with the Moruga scorpions and a lot of the peppers that were in this one, Naga and the Caribbean. But wow. Very good beer again. I like that this one isn't as in your face, melt your tongue out like the other one was. It's very smooth. It's got a pleasant aftertaste. Some of the chili beers that I've had, I'm really not been a big fan of. Like Ghostface Killer really isn't very good. What was it? Billy's Chili's is a pretty decent beer. It's not too bad. But this one I like because, especially in that aftertaste, I'm getting that hoppiness to it and that bitterness that I really enjoy with my IPAs. And again, I like how it's just this very mild, pleasant, like lip burn that's going on right now. So this is definitely a really good beer. Interesting. I do enjoy unfiltered beers because you're really getting all of that taste that's in there, and you're not being skimped on any of it. But both filtered and unfiltered have their pros and cons. Anyway, this is definitely a really good beer. I'm going to be catching a buzz. I would say that you have to be a fan of spicy stuff in order to drink this one. And like, I don't know, maybe if you're a beer connoisseur or you're someone who really likes to try different ones, then this would also be one for you. For your average casual drinker, this may not be something you'd enjoy. Thankfully there really isn't much of a perfumey taste. Like I think it was the Double Bastard that I had one time that I wasn't a huge fan of. Maybe it was just that batch too. It had a little bit of a kind of that perfumey, like overly perfumey flavor that I'm not a big fan of. But again, this one's got that nice hot flavor, so big cheers and kudos to Stone Brewing Company for putting out this wonderful tasting pepper beer that definitely will make every chili head happy if they're able to get their hands on it and try it. So if you've tried this beer, definitely leave me a comment down below, or if you haven't, whatever, just say say hello. But yeah, so what's the I'm going to try to start doing this at the end of all my videos. Be sure to I'm going to try to basically ask you guys a question, and if you feel like answering it, throw me down an answer down at the bottom. But so what is the craziest beers that you've ever tried? Or are you somebody who just drinks standard American beer, or do you like to explore different craft beers? Tell me a little bit about that down below. But anyway, as always, there's going to be a more extended written review of all the products that I do over on my website at burntbrian.com. Be sure and go and check it out. I kind of want to try to make these videos as short as I possibly can so I don't bore you with it. And I'm going to try to put a lot of extra effort and detail into my written reviews. So head over there and be sure and check out a couple pictures and read the written review. Thanks for watching, everybody, and as always, stay toasty, my friends.